Hello and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. This is episode 19 of our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle, Fall of London. In the last session, Lady Catherine, Tommy and Tony and Angelique met with Lady Scarlet Churchill and secured an appointment with the Prince of London at her temporary new headquarters. They also met with Juliet Parr, a Justicar from the Inner Circle, and as a side note, if you want to see what Juliet looks like, she's the one on the front cover of the Player's Guide. They were there to request the removal of Gwenllian Arwen from the Red List, and the Prince agreed to that so long as the coterie were able to supply the heads of two of the hunters that were involved in the attack on the Sceptre, which is what they called the Shard, where they were holding Elysium when they were attacked by Operation Antigen. The coterie agreed to that and gave them one of the artifacts they have been collecting by way of a bargaining chip almost, so that when they have secured the heads of the hunters, they will get their play stamp returned to them, but right now they don't have it. So they're currently 2 items down, but once Arwen finds out that she's been removed from the Red List, she should provide the one that she was going to provide, and once they've killed 2 hunters and demonstrated that to the Prince, they should have the item back from the Prince. So that should all be fine for everyone. But what we're going to do just now is we're going to go back one night and catch up with what happened to Dr. Henry and Alice Mockingdale. Now, the first thing we're going to look at is towards the end of our last session with them playing, Dr. Henry fed from Tanya, who is one of Alice's coven. Now, Dr. Henry has some particular preferences in how he feeds, and also some particular ambitions, desires, those things. We haven't dealt with stains yet. Dr. Henry's quite an inhuman person to start with. Now, stains are the way by which you can lose humanity. Because of the way Dr. Henry prefers to feed, and because he doesn't like to hear people scream out in pain, why he takes such lengths to not have people able to scream when he feeds from them. And so I'm going to give him 2 stains. And just so you're aware of how this works, I'll address you as your name rather than you as Dr. Henry. On your character sheet, if you go to where your humanity is, which is down, I think, near the button that says Rouse Check.
Yep.
To the right of all that, there's a little cogwheel. And if you click on that, it should give you the option to add a stain. And you put in 2 in there. So for people who haven't played this game, the humanity is a series of boxes, a tracker, which is filled up to a certain amount. And when we start adding stains, we're crossing off boxes that are unused from the opposite end. And the way things work is that when you have more stains than you have unused humanity, you start taking aggravated willpower damage, which is fun. The way we get rid of these is at a moment where they've been resting, we can do a remorse test. And what that'll do is it'll roll your dice for the 2 stains that you have. If you get any successes at all, you feel remorseful and the stains go away, no ill effects. If you don't get any successes, you're going to lose a humanity. Is that cool? Do you understand what we're doing just now?
No, if I lose a humanity, surely that means that I'm then further away from the...
Yeah, you get a little bit more bestial. Oh my goodness, sorry,
Does
I
that
just
mean
thought
my
we've had
humanity
a...
goes down?
Okay, this hasn't happened. We've had bits being donated, and I actually have a thing ready for that. But we'll do this roll first, and then I'll allow the random factors to come in from the bit donation. So what happens is that we're going to roll that. If you get any successes, you don't have any problems, and if you get no successes, you're going to lose 1 dot of humanity. And
So I currently have 6 humanity.
Yep.
2 stains.
Yep. So if you click remorse roll, it should do that for you, I think. And we'll just see how many you get.
Well, it took the 2 stains off, and I've now got 5 humanity.
Yep. So it's removed 1 humanity. You've become a bit more of a beast. Because you don't feel bad about the fact that you made that person scream whilst you were feeding from them.
Not really, no. I mean,
well, exactly. I mean, we know what Dr. Henry is in lots of ways, but I thought I'd give you the chance to use it or lose it. Okay.
I'm happy with that. I'm assuming there's no
sorry.
further consequence of humanity going down at this moment in time.
We'll see. You can change how you play him a little bit, but also it might affect how certain tests and things go later, to do with like ruling your humanity.
But you want me to play him less
I mean,
humane?
you could.
Okay.
There's a really interesting document shared that suggested ways you could do it. Expulsions. I've got a list of random things that can happen, and I've not had to use it yet, and that's why I don't know where it is. I'm looking for it now. Alice. Well, actually, sorry. Did Dr. Henry and Alice please roll a rouse check for the start of the next day, just to see if you get hungrier as well. Okay, Alice, you got 1 point hungrier. You could eat. Pretty sure. That's going to be something you might have to think about soon. Luckily, you're literally living with your herd.
I'll feed off one of my minions.
Okay, and Dr. Henry, can you just do a rouse check as well, please? You succeeded. You're fine. You're still at hunger 1 because you killed someone the day before, and then you fed from one of Alice's minions, as it were.
Yeah. You may say that it's inhumane, but I'm the one that's not hungry.
Yeah, you're less humane. You don't care. You're not hungry. Fine. You're just going around murdering people. Fine. Okay. Just because I've got a thing I have to deal with here. So we had a bit donation. I have a list of things that can happen when a bit donation happens. So what I've got is like 300 bits is a complication. 100 bits can be a reroll of a hunger die if you want it. So you could have, I mean, it depends how Stephen wants to apportion this. You could give me 3 complications and 1 hunger reroll, or you could give them, 10 hunger rerolls if you want, or somewhere in between. I suspect, Alice could use a hunger reroll right now, potentially. Or you could be nice and let's go about our day. I mean, that's a thing too. I mean, the other thing I've got here is I can have so complications can be good or bad. Traditionally, we've used like complications as generally being bad, but what I've got is I've got a list of 10 things that could happen from a complication. Some of them are good, some of them are not. I'll come back to that. We can see if Stephen's got a preference, we'll go with that. If Stephen hasn't, then I will figure something out before we finish today. Alice, someone comes to you first thing. You've not long since woken as the sun has set. Your coterie are mostly around you in various ways. They kind of Angelique and Catherine took a room to themselves for understandable reasons. They haven't seen each other for 70 years. One of your group, it's going to be Fran, comes to see you to ask if she can talk to you about something she's found out during the day whilst you were in your day sleep.
That's fine. Yes, come
in. She sits down. She looks a little bit ill at ease. They've got... Ma'am, there's 2 things I need to talk to you about. The first thing is, and this is quite nice really, I think, but I wanted to run the idea by you because some of the girls had this thought about maybe setting up like a kind of... Well, some of them have been thinking about running their own covens, but also doing the same thing that you're doing and like feeding in the wider coven. So maybe like setting up a group in the part of London where they live, and then they can like spread the word amongst more people and sort of set up more chapters, as it were, with smaller groups. And then it helps you because it'll make things less concentrated. You can have distance and structure. You can be less visible. Like kind of cells. And I mean, I'm not saying let's start building a blood harvesting pyramid scheme, but like that's kind of what it could be if you wanted that.
Okay. I will have to think about that.
It's just something they were talking about, and I thought it might be a good idea, and I thought I'd run it past you.
Well, if the girls want to get some details together and discuss it with me, then I will certainly have a think about it.
Okay. And about Miriam, the new woman that you'd seen last night.
Yes.
She was very talkative when she came back from seeing you. I don't know exactly what you said or did, although I have my suspicions. But she said she'd felt really, really good, and I wondered if maybe you'd, I don't know how to say this delicately, whether you'd fed her some of your own blood.
I can't remember if I did or not.
You did. You were like, I'm going to blood bond this person, potentially
Oh.
gruel her.
I didn't know if I'd actually done it or not. Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Just to pull back a little bit, humans tasting vampiric Vitae is flipping amazing. It's like the best thing you've ever tasted. Stroke mildly orgasmic for some people. It's a very, very. It's like all the drugs at once. She came out of that very talkative to Fran. She told us some stuff about where she'd come from and what had been happening, and it sounds like she'd had a really rough time.
Okay.
I know you'd had us trying to find out more information about that, and we couldn't find anything. And she's looking really nervous at this point. It turns out she'd been staying in a shelter, Lilith Care, for women who have been in a bad place, relationship wise, and that's why we couldn't find out anything about her.
Okay. So is she been fleeing domestic violence or?
Yeah, it seems like she told us a lot of stuff, and I didn't have time to write it all down, but she said that she had been assaulted by her father on a regular basis. She left and moved in with her boyfriend pretty early on as a teenager, and then she got pregnant, and then it got worse. The relationship didn't go so well, and she had to leave, and I think her kid's been looked after by one of her parents or something, but she was in a shelter and she was getting help, which is good. She needed the help, but yeah, that's why we couldn't find out anything about her. Probably not anything bad then.
Okay. So do you think that we can offer some help here for her?
Oh, certainly.
To bring her child here so her child can live with her?
We can certainly, I'll ask her if she's happy to bring her child here.
Because I would hate for mother and child to be separated. I can't imagine it would do much for their bond growing up.
Oh, I wasn't sure how you were going to respond to this, but this is good. This is better than I was. Because you seem to be thinking she might have been someone to worry about.
Well, initially she was. We didn't know anything about her and we couldn't find any information about her, so it was a worry. But if she is happily talking at the moment, then let's see what else we can get out of her.
Okay. That was all for now. Is there anything you need?
No, I'm fine. Thank you, Fan.
Okay, above table. You're at Hunger 3. Is there anything you need?
I was going to go and find one of the others.
You can do that if you want.
I am not feeding from Fran.
Okay.
Fran is my lovely my lovely parent person.
You want me to send someone else in?
Yeah. Send somebody in, please. I'm hungry.
Okay. She's going to send Sophie. Oh, the other thing was, Gemma came back last night. She'd been at your friend's house, watching his house.
Gemma?
She'd stayed there all day, looking after his house for him, and into the evening. I think she spent most of the previous night there, but she said she had to come back. She had some work to do today, so she needed to sleep.
She was watching Dr. Henry's house.
That was Sophie.
Was it? I'm pretty sure. I wrote down Gemma.
That was Sophie, because she was the graphic designer. And it was something to do with computers, and we thought that she'd
be happy working
she'd be the better one to go.
I was checking my notes and I thought it was Gemma. I apologise.
Also, you said before about Tanya fed Dr. Henry, but it was Chloe on my notes.
Oh, crap. All my notes are wrong. I've just written down the wrong person, because I've got the list and I've been annotating the people on the list going like, what's happening with this person? Okay. They're all one away. That's probably what it is. Anyway, okay. Moving forward, the person who was watching Dr. Henry's house has come back. The person
Right,
Dr.
okay.
Henry's head from has taken some damage, but has also been healed a little bit because Henry was kind enough to give the wound a seal afterwards, but she's still in some pain and has some bruising.
Right, okay. So Sophie's fine.
She's got some bruising, but she'll be okay. I think she was more shocked in the moment.
Okay. So I can feed from Sophie then.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she's busy. No, she's got to rest. Well, she can rest, can't she? I can feed from her and she can rest.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, send Sophie and then Fan.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Alice, when we're not doing a full scene, how many of your coven do you think you might have actually ghouled at this point? Any of them?
No, none of them yet.
Okay. I mean, you've started Miriam on the way.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking. It wouldn't be an unreasonable move for someone to like have a few of them around at this point. I just wanted to see how you felt about that. Your preferred way of feeding is... I don't think I've given you There's two possible roles, and one of them is based on you having something I don't think we have on our character sheet. So give me a second to quickly check before I accidentally give you an impossible role. You need a minute. Oh, okay.
Dyson's gone.
Dyson's on it. Can you give me a roll for manipulation and subterfuge? You have to do subterfuge first, because roll 20 be like that. And this is just for your Osiris feeding style. Okay. I mean, you were going to have a hard time getting anything other than that. So you've got the maximum number of successes, which is good, but they're all on Hunger Die. So you are going to successfully feed from this person, but it's going to be a little bit complicated. And okay, how much hunger do you plan to slake at this moment?
2 for now.
2. Okay. Here's what's going to happen is that it's going to go okay, but Sophie is going to be terrified because you're going to appear a bit more of an unsettlingly violent kind of person as you're doing it. So like your hunger is much more obvious in the moment.
Okay.
You've got some things you could do to alleviate that if you wanted. So please take 2 hunger off. You can go back down to hunger 1. You could use your dominate power to make her forget about it.
Yeah, I think I will.
So I think the way this plays out is that you will go in for the bite, and in the moment she will be terrified. Something about your expression, the way you're coming to her, because you're at 3 hunger, you need it right now. It's, first thing in the morning, got to have something, and she's terrified. You go for the bite, and the experience is lovely, but she was frightened to start with. As you finish, you do that thing where you sort of lick the wound shut, and then you go straight into like a cloud memory kind of moment.
Yeah.
I think that's free for you, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. So what's she going to remember? Is it going to be like she doesn't remember, or is it going to be just...
No, she doesn't remember anything.
So you just shout "forget" in her face as you finish, and she kind of has a moment where she... Oh, sorry, I lost focus for a moment. I should go. Sorry. And she leaves.
Bye.
When you return, the others have gone. They've left to meet with Lady Scarlet Churchill. And Alice, I'm going to park you for the moment and catch up with Dr. Henry.
Mm-hmm.
As you wake, and you feel no remorse about what happened the previous night. And you feel your beast be a little bit more bestial. There's a bit more of that voice in your head who's just like, hungry, just hungry, that's all I need.
Okay.
Fuck the lot of them, stupid humans. But you're worried about the dog.
Yes.
Now, we have
Humans
dealt with the dog.
are worth the time.
And
Dogs
also,
are.
this dog, like, the dogs you've encountered before weren't like this dog because you would find someone who had a dog and you would take that dog and see how it worked. This dog came to you of its own free will. At least that's the way it feels like to you. Granted, you just murdered its owner, but
His owner was a dick.
maybe. You never actually spoke to them. They were asleep when you met them, and they were dead when you left.
They wore double denim.
Your haven was invaded. You're fairly sure at this point that someone else was in there at some point. One of the reasons you haven't been back there, I suspect.
Yes.
How's Henry feeling about that?
Slightly curious more than anything. How they managed to know where it was, get in, know where the wall was, and out with no one having a clue why, or where, or who.
Now, you're aware that...
Other than that, I've already got my minion looking for a new house.
Yes.
It's just walls. It doesn't mean anything. It's just walls.
We should catch up with that. So, how do you want to go and speak to Winston, or do you want to...
So, above the table, are we going in here before I've done the dog thing? Or are we looking for the dog now?
How do you want us to go about this? So that you've got two projects on the go, essentially. You've got sorting out yourself a new haven, which is going to require you talking to Winston at some point, so he's at your old... the place that you own at the moment. The dog you haven't got much idea about, but there's a few avenues you could check up on.
I want to go back to the alleyway where I killed the dog's owner.
That's in Southall. Quite a way out. It's about 10 miles out of London.
Okay, so it's unlikely he went there. I'll go and speak to Winston first then.
Okay.
And then we'll go and deal with dog.
And like the the evening traffic is starting to dissipate. The rush hour is finishing off. Sort of 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. As you travel out to your haven, your larger home outside London. You've also still got the smaller flat in London, but that's already had its own issue because you bricked someone up in there years ago. When you arrive, Winston is busying himself in the kitchen. He's tidying some things up.
No one's been there. What is there to tidy up?
Oh, you had that person looking after the place. I made her some cups of tea and a sandwich at some point. I just thought I'd keep her, so she could stay.
Did they find any useful information?
I don't believe she did. She was here working, and she was meant to be looking after the house whilst I was like trying to find you a new place and doing my own work because I have to go to the hospital still during the day, and earn the money, and also keep your contacts and keep your information in there if you need it. But she stayed here, and she said nothing happened that she noticed.
Okay. We'll do a quick scan around then, obviously, because and if anything else you might have placed since I was last here, anything that obviously it sounds like she's had a red in her ass anyway. So.
Okay, that's pretty good. Can you please give me a wits awareness roll?
Wits.
Or if you'd prefer, you could be a wits investigation. Investigation would be like having a longer look, I think.
They're both about the same for me. No, they are both exactly the same, actually.
Okay.
So I'll go for
Yes, Mr.
investigation.
Pull your character sheets so I'm not just looking at them on roll 20.
Mix it up.
4 successes
Four.
is pretty good. Okay. Nothing that you can tell seems to have been moved, and you're pretty certain no one's been in here apart from the friend of Alice's that you had staying there, the mortal friend.
Interesting.
She's been pretty tidy. She kept herself to the little desk space you gave her under the stairs.
As expected.
With her laptop. Apart from Winston bringing her some food, I don't think she may have used the bathroom. The bathroom doesn't usually see a whole lot of use because you don't need to do that stuff. It's looking like you're fairly confident no one's been here.
Okay. So in my own mind now, I'm just recapping this situation.
Yep.
But running it through in my head. So someone was here. Made it very clear.
Yeah, 3 or 4 nights ago at this point.
And then I've done nothing since.
But the dog is gone.
The dog is gone. The dog was with Winston when it was gone, taken, or missing.
The dog was just in the house. So you and Winston and the dog were in the house. And if it had happened during the day, it could have been that Winston was at work and you were asleep.
Okay. So I'll check with Winston if there's any news on having somewhere else to stay, preferably in and around central London.
Okay, now I had a street in mind. I just need to double check which street it was so I'm not telling you nonsense. Some places out.
Do I have finance, or am I looking at?
You have some money available to you now. So for people who know about this game, these character sheets came with no advantages or disadvantages. So there's some that people clearly have. That's implied by the text that I've allowed them. Like for instance, Alice has a Coven of Witches who she's using as a I've forgotten the proper term for it, like a farming kind of thing. A herd. Lady Catherine has financial resources. Dr. Henry also has some financial resources, but not as much as Lady Catherine.
Mainly, I've just got social problems.
I mean, yeah, there is that aspect, but also like you did have a fair amount of money built up, and you have a couple of properties. One of them was, they've got a hospital ward named after you. They don't just do that for anyone. So, what Winston has found is a property above a shop on Berwick Street.
Derrick Street?
Yeah, there's a bunch of unused office buildings and things. A couple of shops. Some of them are busy, some of them are not so busy. But this part of Soho, he's found some like old offices that aren't being used anymore. You can get them at short notice. No one's probably looking in there much. Probably at the moment.
Say Soho.
Mm-hmm. Very central.
Just looking for it in Soho now. DER.
We're using Google Maps rather than like a your old 20 map here.
Ah, there we go, Derek.
Joy of playing in a real life location.
I will take it. How many rooms would you say it would have?
It's only 3 rooms, but it's available at short notice.
3 rooms, short notice. I assume it's going to have somewhere to be.
It's got rooms that are somewhere to feed. You say
darked out. Somewhere blacked out.
Yeah. So because it's a kind of office kind of thing, there's like cupboards and stuff you can use to take your day sleep that you will not be disturbed in.
Yep, that works for me. We can take that. That seems to be in pretty central, decent location.
It's very central. The only trouble with it being central is that you can't really feed in the area where you live because that area is owned by the prince. You haven't got land to feed on there, but you can go somewhere nearby or come to an arrangement with the prince.
I will feed and the prince will like it as the arrangement.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. I mean, the sheriffs and stuff are all quite busy at the moment anyways. Probably going to be fine.
Yeah, I mean,
but
no one's going to notice. There's a war going on. No one's going to notice a few
In the
people,
normal state of things, this would not be okay. And
especially if bodies are going to be melting away anyway.
well, I mean, it's not that far from where you did your last body melting, which I think I had pegged as being somewhere either Russell Square or Bedford Square Gardens. So it's not that far away. It
Okay.
was by the British Museum. That's the other thing. The British Museum is still somewhere that people will need to go later on. Anyway, those rooms have been found. Are you going to move any of your stuff there, or are you going to leave the house pretty much as it is?
We'll have a few changes of suits.
Okay.
We'll have some surgical stuff. And we'll have any of the key documentation or key items that we've stored in the house along the way.
Mm-hmm. Winston
That's
also
just
has procures for
both
you.
of them.
Give me a second. One more dose of anaesthetic because you used one up. I'm going to say you asked him to bring you some more from the hospital,
Yeah,
which he has
I'll
done.
take that gladly and ask him to keep them coming.
Okay, he will. That.
In the old place, do I have any kind of homemade remedies growing or being?
You could do. I mean, you've got a small area
Kinda
of
like
garden.
pottery?
What would you like to have? I mean, would you just say like he would have done some investigation work over his time and be growing something appropriate to do something?
Yeah, the milk of whatever it was. I can't remember the name of.
Okay,
Yeah.
give me a second.
Milk of the poppy, whatever it was.
Oh, right, okay. That's going to be let's say resolve in medicine, just to see how much you've got. This is going to succeed. We're just rolling to see how well it's done and how
Would you not,
much product
would
you
you not
have.
say intelligence in medicine?
You know what? It could be. I think intelligence in medicine can work.
Good, because I've got 4 in intelligence and 1 in resolve.
That's something to consider when we're spending XP. Good lord. Okay. So we rolled 7 dice there and got 3 successes. I'd say you've got an adequate supply. It's not amazing, but it's not terrible. You've got enough for your needs right now. If you start trying to dose many people at once, you're going to run out. But for now, you're okay.
Okay, so say free floor plus what he's given me. So okay, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to get that onto that place. He's going to move the stuff across, and I am kind of at leads for where to go for this dog. It's too far away for him to have gone back to an old owner because there would be no kind of scent this far away.
And the owner's dead. Very dead. I think the dog's probably aware that
He
the
is.
owner's dead.
He was looking the other way.
Not at all that I put the dog in to try and make you feel bad about killing the owner. At all.
I don't give a shit about the owner. The dog I care about.
Finley.
Yeah.
What we could do is we could say that this is the rest of your day, and we can give you a wits investigation roll, and just do some stuff and see if you can find any leads. No pun intended.
Yeah, we'll do that then.
I don't want to spend the whole session just catching you two up.
No, and I'm assuming that it's going to be something to do with someone who came into the place. They're going to make themselves known eventually, surely.
Possibly. Although if you're not there.
No, I left a girl for him to talk to. Receptionist. What was it? Wits
and investigation, I think. If you want to suggest one, that's okay. I'm open to it, but I think that's the best. Okay, we got a
messy critical.
Got a messy critical. You can't reroll hunger dice, so that's not going to be. Just see. I'm just gonna have to decide what this is going to be. So,
maybe I find some information, but like rough people up along the way.
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to go. You're going to ask some people who you know in the area. Like Dr. Henry isn't in high regard. He hasn't ever been a particularly out there kind of person, but people know about him just because there aren't that many Hakata in the town, and there's a little bit of fear because Hakata, there's a lot of different kinds of Hakata. A lot of them are kind of a bit. Imagine if the Mafia was into death magic. That's the kind of reputation Hakata have. It's a lot more varied than that. And I've got my theories about what Dr. Henry might be or might not be based on how you've been playing him, but I don't think he's that. But that's what people expect from an Hakata in London in this day and age. I think you push it a bit harder than you intend to, and maybe some people are less happy to give you information because they're terrified of your reputation. It's just from the Hakata point of view, quite apart from your murdering tendencies.
I'm okay with it. I find absolutely fine.
Some people are aware that there has been a couple of gangrel around, though, and one person's aware that this gangrel's been asking after you.
Okay. So
and obviously Winston had known this as well, because years ago, while you were in Torpor, he was also approached by a gangrel.
Okay. So this gangrel that's been asking after me, can I find him?
I think it'd be harder to find than 3 successes just now, but I think you're on the way to him. And I think the people you've asked can spread the word, and they're going to try and find more information about him. Maybe the next person he asks, they'll know where he is, and you can get a sense of where he is based on all the locations where he's been asking.
Okay, I will just maybe drop a hint as to where I'm going then, in case the gangrel's listening.
So are you going to hint that you're going to the haven that he would know about, or are you going to go to your new place?
I'm going to hint that I'm going to Alice's harem.
Okay.
Because there's always going to be somebody there that sees him.
So you're going to put the word out that you're staying there, so in the hope that the gangrel will come for you there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to actually stay there, but yes.
Okay. Going to get interesting. Alice, are you wanting to spend the rest of your night at this point? Because the others are away. You presume they're meeting with Scarlet Churchill already, not unreasonably. How do you feel about Scarlet Churchill? Did you want to meet her yourself as well?
I'm not fussed, really. If the others have got it covered, then it's all good with me.
Fair. And just to bring the others into things a bit, because I appreciate you've had kind of 40 minutes of not talking very much. Sorry about that. Do you think you'd have been keeping them up to speed with like text messages or anything, or calling them directly, or would you be trying to keep that stuff off the phone networks?
I think we would text them, but just very general, non-specific things. So, like meeting went well, agreement reached or something, things like that. So nothing specific.
Okay. It was quite late in the evening before you had your second meeting, because you had to hang around for a while and wait in Islington for.
Yeah. Well, you probably said first meeting successful, thought meeting to come soon.
Okay. So that's you're hearing that stuff is happening and stuff's moving. And I think then, Alice, have you got anything else you want to do with that night? Maybe just like stuff with your coven, keeping them going, showing them some magic, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm just going to do the usual bits with the girls and go from there.
Keep them amused.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the idea of like having them set up some covens of their own and then like being the center of a larger pyramid, as it were?
Mixed. Like, I think it's a very good idea that they'll go branch off and have their own little mini covens themselves based around my coven, but at the same time I don't want too many eyes and ears around the place.
Fair. Sensible.
So it would be more of a, they would keep their covens, but they wouldn't be welcome to my place. Like, they would have their own separate places, and then only the main people from my coven would be welcome to my place, just for the risk of any sort of outsiders coming in, getting any information, anybody that wants to relay any information back about Kindred, stuff like that, is probably the safest for now.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Then to go back to where I sort of left a cliffhanger at the end of the previous episode, where Catherine and Angelique were walking back to, I think, Miles's place. Is that correct?
I think so.
And an SUV, a black long car, stopped. Person got out. He had short, dark hair, kind of older gentleman, not like old, but north of his 40s, maybe early 50s.
So Leon Kennedy in the newest Resident Evil.
You know what? I wasn't thinking of him, but but with less good hair, much shorter hair, more military hair, perhaps. Oh, the references.
A girl can hope.
Yeah, but with her wife there.
Should be into it. I'm kidding.
Okay. He said he had an offer for you. Is there somewhere we can talk? I appreciate you're on a time limit here. The sky is kind of glowing the colour of a bruise to the east.
He's growing the colour of a bruise.
No, he's not. I mean, the sky is the sun will be coming up in the next hour and a half, 2 hours. Trying to be all poetic.
Like Willy Wonka, he's just starting to turn violent.
I heard Guy, and then I realised it was Sky.
Sky. Could have been a microphone problem. I wouldn't rule it out.
Can I do a wits investigation to see whether or not I can trust him enough to bring him into the sanctuary?
I think in this moment it's going to be more of a wits awareness, unless you want to ask him some questions or walk around him a few times, get a sense. I think in a moment, getting a vibe check from someone is more of a wits awareness.
Okay. Where is awareness?
Top of the second top, third column.
Why is this freaking box so small? I can't see a freaking thing. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm now having a fight with
Roll20.
Roll20.
Always.
Yeah.
I think if you do zoom on your browser, it does affect the sizes on Roll20. Players, I'm sorry, I can only mute myself in one place and I might be about to sneeze, and I'll do the mute on the stream.
Bless you.
Thank you kindly. The people on the stream hopefully heard nothing. And hi Squiz. In the chat.
Just for the stream, that was the daintiest sneeze ever.
That was like a
So dainty.
That was under
So
control.
dainty.
That was under control a little bit for
So
me.
dainty.
I don't know. Hay fever. I've not had hay fever until the last 4 years. And now I get it. Thank you kindly.
I've made a mistake.
Because it's on my small screen. Slelu, you've made a mistake.
I have, in an effort to make my screen bigger, or my little page thing bigger on Roll20,
Yeah.
I now cannot move it. I also cannot see what's happening.
Right, if you want to do a refresh, you can. But here's what's happened: is that you've rolled a bestial failure.
Refresh. Oh no!
You've got 1 hunger and hang on a second. It's not a bestial failure because it was just a vibe check thing, and you've rolled with it. So it was trying to get 2 successes. You got 1 success, and that's why it's saying it's a bestial failure. But it's not because the target wasn't 1. It was DC 0 basically. Give me a second to look at what your actual results were.
Roll20 is now just not. This is why I don't roll with
I'm
Roll20.
sorry.
It's not you.
I
It's
know.
not you.
If we were starting again now, I would have given you PDFs for your character sheets, and we'd be using just a basic dice roller.
Fall of London. Launch game.
Right. So going back to your roll, you did get 1 success. The other, you got a 1, and it wasn't a hunger die, but the DC wasn't 2. So I'm not going to take that as a bestial failure. It's just a fail on the hunger die. And you got a success on a different non-hunger die, so you're fine.
So I'm going up a hunger, but I got a
No,
success.
you're not going up a hunger at all. That doesn't affect it. It's just like the more hunger you have, the more chance you get of having a bestial fail. That's how it works.
I see.
Yeah, the
So
more
I'm fine.
the more of your dice that are hunger dice, the more tricky it'll be to not get successes on those dice. It's kind of a complicated mechanism, but you're almost like gambling with how much hunger you have. And just throwing this out there, there might be times when you want to allow the beast to take over and do the worst possible thing. You might want to encourage your own hunger at some point if you want to play a character that way. The thing you can do. If you know you're going to a fight with someone and you want to be like, don't give a shit, want to kill them all, you might want to do that. Some people do. The vibes you get off this person, you're not sure. Seems like a business person. Seems like someone who knows what they're doing. They seem experienced. They seem in control of themselves. But also, at this time with these people, they're also likely to be amongst the people that are trying to find people like you.
How does compel work again? No more than a single scene, cost,
You're
duration.
going to compel this person.
Longer than a short sentence. I was just thinking.
The thing with compel is that it needs eye contact.
I would walk right up to him and look him in the eyes and just be like, "Can I trust you?"
Charisma and dominate versus intelligence resolve. Let me do an intelligence resolve. You do a charisma and dominate. Do you know how to do that? You do it from your disciplines box. You go down to there and then
charisma.
Under dominate, there should be a button that says roll. It's already set for charisma and dominate, so you should be good. I need to do the intelligence.
There we go. Difficulty?
Put 1 just now because you're rolling against me. So difficulty would be 0, really. I only got 1 success. So if you get 1 or more, oh god lord, you got 5.
Yay!
Wait a second, you added your potency. You got a potency on that.
I do?
I don't know.
I'll
take it. Yeah, so you got 5 successes. He is absolutely going to be very upfront and honest with you about anything you ask them. So what are you going to compel him to do?
Tell me if I can trust him.
Ma'am, I'm in charge of... I'm involved in organising Operation Antigen, but I honestly want to make you an offer, and I don't want to have to come back on it unless I absolutely have to.
Would showing him where my sanctuary is be a very, very terrible idea?
Are you asking me or are you asking him?
Yes.
I think Angelique would gently ward you against doing that. You started
because I don't know where else.
Is there like an all-night coffee shop or something, or even like a park or somewhere you could be where you can be sure that there aren't people listening?
How late is Bones open?
Oof, we're talking 4 or 5 a.m. at this point.
Okay, not late enough.
Yeah.
We'll go to a park, the nearest park.
Okay. Let me just get a sense of where that is, because you are near King's Road, where Mouth is Flat is. In Chelsea. Or near Chelsea.
Apologies for the constant yawning.
One of the things of doing it on a Friday is that a lot of people are a bit tired.
Yes.
Let's say you go by the Venus Fountain. That's quite... Not park exactly, it's more kind of like paved over, but there's trees and there's spaces to sit down, and there is the aforementioned Venus Fountain. Kind of
like a square rather than a park.
Yeah, it's like the middle of a roundabout kind of thing, but it's like a elongated rectangle. And it's quiet-ish at this time of day. There are cars going by, but you can see that there's no one nearby. Angelique takes a seat on one of the benches and encourages you to do the same. Simon also sits down. I've just given away his name. Not sure if he told you that already.
I probably compelled him to tell me his name on the walk over there.
I mean, with 5 successes, you could probably compel him to do a whole lot of things. I should tell you about me.
Take me to your leader.
I can't do that. My leader doesn't know I'm talking to you. I'm from the Extraordinary Counter-Terrorism Unit. The way this works is, a few years ago, there was a bunch of terrorist incidents around London, and it kind of alerted us to certain people with supernatural abilities. At first, we thought it was people using psychedelics and stimulants, but then there were anomalies. And with a bit of investigation, and also an investigation that's going into human trafficking, we ran an operation during the G20 protests and found out about people like you.
I see.
Then back
But what does that have to do with me?
Well, we were leaked a list. And I know there are far more ICOs on that list than we've apprehended. And some of them like you who aren't even on the list. The only reason I knew about you is that you were a little bit sloppy, if you don't mind me saying, with the security footage. And he takes his phone out and shows you a video. And the video is of you and Alice skipping down the street in Southall. People are looking dismayed. And then Lady Catherine,
I could just picture Angelique going.
Lady Catherine audibly on the video shouts out, "What's the matter? Haven't you seen a lesbian before?" He stops the video and looks at you. Then he clicks his phone, and then a second video opens of you all evading security at an underground station. And if rolling wasn't really difficult for you at the moment, I'd make you roll for this, but I'm going to say that on that video, and this is something that you haven't seen before, on that video around Dr. Henry is a kind of black aura, which you haven't seen before. It's just something that happens on the cameras a little bit. Just a little bit of darkness all around him, darker than the rest of it.
Mental note made.
Tommy's face isn't visible at all. Tommy's is obscured in the underground because he wasn't with you at that point either. That'll be why Tommy's not there.
Had I done anything by that point to have a bad aura?
It's just you haven't seen yourself on a camera, so you wouldn't know. But Catherine's seeing it for the first time just now. It's just there's a little bit of like blurry darkness around you. Only on the video, never in person.
I'm just trying to think what I did to earn it by that point.
It might just be a thing that happened with you, rather than something that you've earned.
So it may just be a kata thing.
Yeah, and this video of me being like, "Here you go, do all this stuff." Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And then you run off, and the video shows security running in, and then the video stops. And that was you getting the underground to the British Museum. You also had that guy with you that you'd taken out of the police station.
The very high guy.
Yeah, the very...
No, well, he wasn't high at that point. But
no, but he was doing drugs. He was selling drugs. Simon stops and looks at you again for a moment. So, what we need is high-profile targets. And I don't need you exactly, because no one seems to know that you're here apart from the people watching the security footage. But if you can help me find higher-profile targets, I could ensure that you get out of London. So long as we have an understanding that if you were to return, then any premises of your safety would be forfeit.
Why are you offering me this?
Because I would rather have high-profile targets that are on our list than not. And it seems that a lot of people have who we were looking for have vanished.
Yes, well, we are rather good at that. Especially when we are literally being hunted. Do you expect us all to be like me and run around London, arm in arm with your friends, screaming about being lesbians?
I'd prefer it if you didn't, actually.
Well, there we go.
Look, my organisation is looking to rid London of vampires altogether. Weird saying that. We've been calling you blanks or IC zeros for the while. I have mixed feelings about the whole thing, but this is the operation I'm on and I have my orders. And I'm offering you a way out if you want it, so long as you don't come back to London afterwards. If you don't want it, we can both go our separate ways and I'm done here. I can't promise that someone else won't come for you. I'm not in charge of all of the groups who are involved in this operation.
I would need more than your word for just me. I would need it for my friends.
How many friends are we talking about? Your companion here?
Obviously.
And?
There are 4 others. And a dog.
Is this some kind of Enid Blyton novel? Are you all going to go and have an adventure, then go home for tea and buns?
Do you want my help or not?
Sorry, it's late for me.
And it's early for me. So you need to be on your wits. What is it you want?
I want some high-profile targets. I want people who are important in this community. People who I already have on my list, and I can show you the list if you want it.
Give
Also,
me your list.
Timothy was a fantastic dog too.
I was not expecting you to come in with a deep Enid Blyton lore, but here we are. Oh god, now I'm imagining Vampire the Masquerade at Mallory Towers. Okay, we'll come back to that some other time.
That'd be a great campaign. Give me your list. If I recognize any names, I will think it over, and I will meet you here in exactly 2 nights to give you my answer.
Would it work for you if we did it slightly earlier in the night? Because I know that you're probably have certain constraints.
Yes, that would be fine.
A second. That would be agreeable for me. He hands you a folded up piece of paper. It's about 12 pages of printout. It's kind of like a typical printout from Excel, but I think Lady Catherine might not recognise that. But it's a list
You should
of
try to text me like that one music video.
names and premises and addresses and businesses, places owned by Kindred. And initially looking over for it, are you looking for anything specific?
Any names I recognize?
None of you are on it.
Anyone that we've encountered so far as well?
Yeah, some of the people from the Cult of Mithras and Darius will be on it. Some of the people you spoke to at Elysium, I can't remember all their names right now off the top of my head, but they would have been on it. And because it's quite early on the list and you're probably still paying attention then, Anne Bosley's name is on it. It's not crossed off or anything like that.
How many people would you need from your list in order to reach a bargain?
How many can you give me?
I don't know yet.
I would take 3. High profile. Actually, no. 1 for each of your companions, so let's say 5.
Fuck.
That seems even to me. 5 in, 5 out.
I will give you 6. If my beloved ever comes back to London, with me or without me, she is safe.
I can't promise that. I won't always be here. and other people are going to be in charge of running things when this operation is finished. I could promise it and go back on it, but in the spirit of honesty and 5 successes on your compel.
Yeah. Fine. 5 it is. But I will still need the time to mull it over.
He takes a card out of his pocket and writes his first name and a phone number on it. Hands it to you.
Two nights. Don't be late.
He just nods and walks back to his car. Alice, no, not Alice. Alice is already dealt with. Catherine, you and Angelique then walk back to the place on King's Road and spend your day sleep. Right, Tommy and Tony, thanks for bearing with me.
No worries.
Tony, I'm going to say that you... Excuse me, I need to take a drink. On dry. From trying to get down to Simon's
Red
voice.
liquid.
Yeah. You spend your day sleep at Seth's. We may come back to that later. I think we've got something brewing there. But we'll come back to Seth. Tommy, you're spending your day sleep in the Warrens.
Yes.
Your friend, colleague, person you've been talking to, Oscar.
Yep.
He takes you to one side as you arrive. I heard you met with the prince tonight.
I may have.
Is there anything you can share? I might have some information for you that could be useful if you can.
What kind of information?
Well, we've all been worrying about what's happening with the prince, to be honest, ever since the attack on the scepter. We had some idea of where the prince was, so we've been keeping some tabs on where she is, and we've got some information about who's been going out and who's been coming in. Also, and this isn't much of a secret, but we've just heard that she's called for a meeting of the Primogen, or at least the Primogen that are still surviving.
Okay. Okay. Just above table, was this the person that I got help with learning new disciplines?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm also... Yeah, I'll also say, okay, I'll give information, but I would like to learn how to vanish.
Oh.
If you could teach me that.
I think we might have an exchange here.
Okay.
So you're spending your XP, you're taking your dot in Obfuscate, and you're going to add Vanish, and we'll do that on your sheet later on. Unless you want to use it in advance, in which case I'll get it up on the book. Work from that. But we'll add it to your sheet.
And deal with it as we're going through. I will then pretty much tell him that I won't tell him about the reason of the meeting, but I will tell them about her position. I'll tell them about the Justicar.
Okay.
And then I don't really sure. I want to say the meeting, but just say with the meeting of looking for some artifacts which you may have.
Oh. How very interesting. Well, in the spirit of sharing, I'll tell you what I heard. That she's been taking advice from some people. We don't believe Richard has gone there himself, but Richard de Ward's associates have entered the place, and I can only imagine they're sharing her information. He was, after all, Mithras's own spy master. But more curiously, she seems to have been taking some advice from... He looks down at his notes that he's got with him. Montgomery Coven.
Okay.
It seems to be a young Banu Hakim, but he wasn't very known to us. I had some of my associates do some digging, and he seems to have been involved at one time with the Angels of Cain. But he doesn't seem to have been a particularly enthusiastic member of the Sabbat. Still, his presence with the prince is raising eyebrows.
Yep. Very interesting. Above table, Banu Hakim is at the what were the Sassamites?
Yeah, they were known as Assamites in the previous version, but now calling them that would be a massive slur.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I know. It was above table from my old knowledge.
I appreciate just doing the link up for you.
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. Thank you very much for that information.
I think the Banu Hakim are just about to be allowed into the Camarilla. They were all not for quite a long time, but
okay.
That's the way the political wind's flowing that way. All those words, some of them were right, some of them were not.
So just one that. What was this Banu Hakim's name again?
Montgomery Coven, but he just goes by Monty usually. And that's not one that I've made up.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right.
Sorry. Also, just above table, Lady Catherine forgot about Miles.
We haven't got to Miles yet.
No. That's not what I meant.
The building is still... I don't think she did forget about him because I sent Lady Catherine the letter in full earlier today.
I meant it's part of the deal.
Oh, yeah.
Bintak's right.
Okay. It might not be a problem. You can't bring all your friends. You may not have to. Lady Catherine, when you and Angelique return to Miles's apartment, it's still empty. Tony, you're spending your day asleep at Seth's. Tommy, you're spending yours at your haven in the Warrens. Alice, you're spending yours at your haven, I'm assuming? Dr. Henry,
I am.
Are you spending it at your new haven, your old haven, or Alice's haven? Dr. Henry?
I think he muted himself.
Oh, right. I can't hear you.
He said he's going to his Soho residence.
Okay, I'm just going to check whether I need to unmute. I can unmute remotely, I just don't like to because it's not nice. Yeah, the mute is on. Now
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm going to go to
Soho
Soho.
residence. Okay. Then, with everyone in different locations to start the next night, could you all please roll me rouse checks? And if you spent any willpower, you can get the value of your either composure or resolve back in willpower if you've used any. Oh. Okay. I've got 2 in so far. I appreciate rolling anything is a bit of a trial for Lady Catherine.
Yay!
Okay, we've got some successes and some failures there. Okay, so let's just check in. Lady Catherine, what are you at just now?
I'm at 1.
Okay, Tony?
I'm at 2 hunger now.
Okay, Tommy?
Could eat.
I'm at 2 hunger now as well.
Alice?
I'm at 1.
And Dr. Henry? Still muted.
He got kicked out of Roll20.
Oh, damn, Roll20. I have played a tiny bit of D&D in Roll20, and I was like, oh, that's what it looks like when everything works.
And how was that when it looked like when it did work? Then?
It was quite nice, but the character sheets for Dungeons and Dragons are very complicated, and I was very glad to have it take some of the work off for me. So, where are you at with your hunger, Dr. Henry?
We are now 2.
Now 2. Okay. Starting the next day, does anyone want to act on that? Like do feeding early doors?
No.
I will.
Okay. Where are you feeding from?
My usual hunting grounds. Again, back alleys, homeless people.
Okay. It's relatively early in the evening. I'm going to have you do intelligence and streetwise to stalk someone.
Yep.
And again, it's just about number of successes. It's not. I think you'd let's make it a target of 3, because at this time of day they might work harder to evade you. Okay, you got a 2. Initially, you don't get the first person. It takes you a bit longer.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that the second person you go for is paying me less attention. You're a bit more careful.
Okay.
And can you do me where is it? Strength and brawl. I think I may have given you the wrong roll there, but never mind. Intelligence streetwise does work for that.
No, it does. It says that for the description if you're trying to hunt.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, you got 1. So, oof, that's rough. That's a bestial failure as well.
Yep.
Would you like to try and play that out, or do you want me to impose something on you?
So, yeah, it's still pretty busy, so it's going to be difficult. I'll let you do it this time. I don't think I did well last time.
When you try to fight, they fight back, and your beast kind of flinches, and the other person gets some hits in, which is like you're a big guy, you're strong, and this is just weird. Like the fact of this, it's kind of like, you know, when a cat confronts a mouse and the mouse is unexpectedly like, "No, come on then," and the cat kind of is a bit surprised by that. That's kind of the vibe, I think. Okay. I'm going to roll some damage for this mortal to see how this goes. I don't think it's going to go well. Yeah, okay. You're going to take 1 superficial damage, and then we're going to half that because you're a kindred. So you're not really taking anything. But it's an inconvenience, and it's an embarrassment. I'm not going to make you take social damage from this, willpower damage from this, but a little bit embarrassing that this person got some hits in. You personally, you're a trained soldier as well. I think I'll let you feed for 1, but
that's fine.
Okay. Make a note. Is anyone else feeding early doors as we start?
I want to, but it's getting. I'm aware like Tony's like it's getting really hard to find the blood.
Right, so you're staying with Seth, who lives near the Royal College Hospital, I think.
I think I've hit there up before.
You have. Now, either we could play it, you know where it all is, you can get in there easily. I think like that could be a whole scene by itself, but I think what we'll do is we'll do a roll for it. I feel like you searching for it, and then one roll about whether you get what you need.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna think. Can you do me a composure and larceny to see if you can break in unnoticed, get the blood you need? I think that's how it's going to go.
Yeah, there's going to be a point where I just don't get larceny first, then composure.
Sorry.
Where's larceny? There it is. Found it.
Cool.
At least I didn't sing this time. Difficulty 2?
No, it's difficulty 3 for this one. But that's okay, because you got 2. Do you want to Okay, you can re-roll any of your failed normal dice. You can't re-roll your hunger die. And your hunger die really was... If you want to spend a willpower and make potentially those 3 into successes, you can.
Yeah, I only let one. I only did 2 difficulty before you said.
Yeah, sorry. Because of the time of day, I'm making these 1 to 3 difficulty. Like later at night might be a bit easier, but or a bit harder depending where you're going.
How many dice am I re-rolling?
You can re-roll 3. You've got 3 failures on normal dice.
Difficulty.
Let's say 3 for now, but don't worry about anything that it comes up saying bestial failure or anything, because it won't matter. Okay, you got an extra 1 on that. That's taking you up to 3 successes. That's enough.
Yep.
You find a couple of blood bags. You're going to snaffle one down the here and there, or are you going to take it? Or are you going to take it with you?
I'm going to take it with me. I'll take it with me because there's cameras here and like
okay.
I'm already yeah.
You're going to take it somewhere quiet?
Yeah.
Where are you taking it?
Where's a park close by?
A park or an alleyway or something like that?
An alleyway,
yeah.
Just a little sneaky spot.
I'm pretty sure you can find somewhere between a couple of buildings that no one's really looking down much. Okay, that's been dealt with. Are you meeting up somewhere then as a group at some point, or are you?
Yep, I think we will, because we've probably got various things to catch up and discuss.
Got a lot to discuss.
Aye.
Where do you want to meet?
Not at Lady Alice's house for some reason. Don't know why.
You're getting vibes again, Tommy.
I am.
Has someone hit him already this morning?
I'm annoyed. So
text out.
Do
we want to hit?
Well, what we've got is Melb's place or some other social place.
Yeah.
Could definitely do Miles' place.
Who's meeting? Are we all meeting?
Where's the next goal?
Where's the next what?
Goal.
We need to.
The next?
We have. Have we given? We haven't given those guys a proper update, have we? So we need to give them like a proper verbal update. Yeah. So. Yeah, text. Somebody needs to text out me and Miles for
catch up.
For an update for catch up. Yeah.
Okay, I'll make my way to Miles. I'm not sure how far away that is from Soho. I don't think it'll take
Yeah, it's
too long.
just Chelsea. It's not too bad.
It's not far. We've just got to cross the river.
So we're all going to Miles's.
Yeah.
Okay.
We all head to King's Road.
We'll all head there.
Lady Catherine's already there with Angelique. Who arrives first?
Who would be closest?
Who's closest?
I think either Tommy or Henry, because Henry's being a bit cagey about where he lives, I think, but he's pretty close now.
It'd probably be me then.
Then I'd probably come in afterwards.
Okay. Alice, I think, would be after that, and then Tony probably last because he's coming from south of the river at this time of night.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you all talk to each other and not.
Okay. So, I'll say once everyone's here, I say, just a quick synopsis of the meeting. We met with the prince. She has agreed to bring. Is it Lady Catherine? Not Catherine. Lady. What?
It's Arwen.
Arwen.
Gwenlyn. Oh, I can never say her name. I should know how to say it.
Going to help. Gwenlyn Arwen.
Gwenlyn Arwen. That's the one.
Yeah. Of the red list, if we take out two hunters responsible for the death of the God, what's his name again? The person we helped sort of not get away. Just can't off the top of my head remember that person's name.
Oh, it's the hunters who attacked Elysium.
Oh yeah, that was what it was.
When it was when we were at the.
So we need to find two hunters that were there and responsible, and kill them
for the attack.
In order to give her some surety, we had to give up her seal back. She gave us a replica, so we've got something that will look like it. But once we fulfill that, we'll get our seal back. And then we can get the last item of Gwendolyn Irwin.
And how does she know who these hunters are?
She doesn't. That's up to us.
We've got to find them, okay.
But it had to be people sort of from the top-ish.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know who they are. What kind of proof does she require that they were hunters?
She gave none. She asked none.
It was specifically heads.
But yeah. But obviously heads don't need to be hunters.
As in their heads.
So we can bring any heads.
Well, potentially. Also talk about how there was the Justicar was there. Justicar's from basically head office and investigating the prince. And who asked the three of us if what we think of the prince's performance. Lady Catherine and Tony said not very good. I said we should give her a chance to see how well she does, but that was more me being political because I knew we wanted something off of her. Personally, I would quite happily let her get strung up.
So you did a performance review?
Yep.
Put her on one of them, whatchamacallit? Personal development plans.
Oh, PDPs, how evil are you?
Okay. I mean, how did you two get on? But we were happy with that. Get up to much or chill nights?
Got a new house. Still can't find a dog.
Any luck in the investigation for your dog, or?
Yeah, apparently there's some little gremlin, goblin, gnome thing looking for me, and he might have something to do with it. So I'll find him.
The gremlin, as in like some sort of fairy creature.
God knows where this is about to go.
It makes me nervous when you mention things and then Lavaita starts rolling dice in the background. Like, what's going on now?
I mean, you call them fairy tale creatures. I point out that we are vampires.
We're not fairy tale creatures. We're the villains.
I don't know. Have you seen some of the ones with goblins in? They can be pretty nasty. Unless they're tied up in a windmill. So yeah, I just need to wait for that. So what is your plan of action in the long run?
Well,
you're going to kill two hunters to get that person off the list. That person will then give you the item. And then once you've killed two, so what happens between those two at the end of this? Why was she on the list? What did she do?
Wait a minute, I'm trying to find my note. I did find out a bit about this, but I can't remember it.
Yeah, this is where I got to on the video.
Oh, did he tell us that? Yeah,
yes.
no. So she's supposed to have killed the Prince of Bristol.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. So she what killed the Prince of Bristol? So she's going to want the Prince of London, isn't she? So those two are going to go to war. Okay. And what is your next plan of action?
That was the plan of action.
How do you see us getting these hunters' identities?
Well, I have no idea, but we have seen hunters around the various places, let's say outside the museum. So that could be a good place to start. I
We
don't
have.
know. But also, has anyone else got any other information?
Also, I think didn't we were allowed to get let Gwynnian have some freedom before she was actually allowed off the red list, weren't we? Just above table. Did we agree that with Anne? Because we needed her help to get some more information.
Okay, so she's available to help us with identities as well.
Yeah, so I think we can use Gwenllian sort of as long as she doesn't go she's with us, we're sort of monitoring her. She's allowed to sort of go around a little bit. I think that was from my understanding.
So is the prince standing down there watch of Gwenllian to give her some freedom, or are we still going to be under scrutiny whenever we're there? Because to get there, we've got the prince's army on one side and the hunters on the other side, just to get into the museum. Also, we do have the car as well, which has got the tracker on it to say where the hunters were going. I don't know if anything came of that.
Who put the tracker on?
That was Larceny Man.
I put a tracker on.
I don't mind stepping in on this one. So, you'd been tracked by some hunters. Lady Catherine had been followed when she was going to try and rescue Angelique, and before the car left, you'd hidden a bloodstone on it.
Yeah.
So that would be.
So.
Well, we could always I could always get my crystal ball out and my cauldron and everything else and work out where this bloodstone's gone.
It's 2012. Just download the app.
I bet there is one as well.
Get back in your lane, Doctor.
So we either need to speak to Gwenllian or find hunters as our next port of call.
I just want to invite above table, Lady Catherine. Are you going to tell them about the meeting you had?
Yeah, I was going to say. She's been very quiet there.
Sorry.
You don't have to, keeping it to yourself is absolutely an option that you have. But I'm also aware that you were had multiple things going on there.
I mean, if I was told that I had to give up 5 people when I was sat in a room with 4 people, I'd be quiet about it.
None of you guys were on the list. We're not important enough.
Oh.
It's because we're
because you were dead when the list was made.
Because we were dead when the list was made.
You were in torpor.
Aye, but we're not on the list.
Never
So
get
it's fine.
invited to anything, honestly, God.
But no, I should probably mention it.
I was going to kick the RSD off later. I'm not even on that list.
Which just shows it's not the guy who was stalking us from the sewers.
You've done a very good job of finding out who has stalked us at each stage.
Do you want me to get out my wares and see where this bloodstone has...
I think we need to listen
Gone.
to Catherine first, though. We don't know that yet.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, no,
I'll
we
shush.
know that we put that bloodstone on.
Oh, we do know about that.
So that's
is
what
Catherine gonna tell
Alice
us
is
that?
going to check. No, but you put the
so many
bloodstone on,
things
and we all know
happening.
that.
Lady Catherine's just
Okay.
been like,
Oh my
"Am I
God."
just not distracted?"
I'm just going to put my loops and then go stand in the corner and talk at once.
They're not made yet. They've not been invented. It's 2012. Catherine, would you like to say something?
Yes! Yes, I would!
You look like you're going to explode over there.
Little bit! I'm just going to slam the lists on the table. I can make us live, but others have to die.
What?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Sorry, I don't know. I came over myself there. I was approached by a gentleman from the opposition who can secure us our safety in return for the lives of 5 people on this list.
Sounds like a typical Tory plan.
You broke Lady Catherine.
Was that not the opposition she meant?
I mean, that's what I thought as well, but yes, I
Not in
didn't say out
2012.
loud, Henry.
I've
Yeah,
got,
in 2012 they were just Boris Johnson looking like an idiot.
I've got
It was
health
Cameron.
problems.
I thought it was Boris Johnson.
No, it was
Because
Cameron.
they did the zip line
No.
thing for the Olympics.
Yeah, but he
It
was
was
mayor.
He was mayor of London.
It's because he's the mayor of London. That's why all this shit's going on, because he's the mayor of London and doesn't give a crap.
Fucking
Is he on the list?
It's so wild at how that actually kind of adds up.
Yeah, I know, right? It's clever. Anyway, carry on.
So is David Cameron on the list?
Please.
If David
No,
Cameron's a vampire, canonically.
He could be. He's a devious bastard.
No, I think he's just poking around.
Oh, you got there. No, you got there first. Damn it. I was going to make that joke.
This is derailed completely. What a great non-political episode of Vampires Masquerade this is.
And so topical when we're 24 years out of date.
I bet you edit this out.
Definitely.
I've got a very light touch with the virtual scissors.
Why was the first thing that came to mind when you said that, lesbians?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh no. Okay. Let's bring it back.
I'm fine.
Now we're going to be editing. Carry on, anyway.
Narrator, they were not fine.
Oh,
God.
I just read the comment on Twitter.
Okay, I'm not going to edit it out, but I might cut this bit down a little bit.
Okay. To get us back in track, I'm going to have a look at the list to see what names are on there.
Ooh, no, I don't have a list prepared because that's quite a lot to
No,
come up with.
it's fine. Really, what I want to say is like these are all powerful vampires.
They're all. It's essentially what the list is of all the kindred in London that are known to the Camarilla.
Yeah, but there is quite powerful vampires on that.
There would presumably be a few. Yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of the older vampires are for whatever reason not there. Like the ones that you might have known in the 40s. There aren't many of those around now for reasons that we don't need to go into as part of this game just now. And none of the Anarchs are on there,
So
and none of the
are we
Thin Bloods are on
giving
there.
up?
Well,
Are we giving up 5 names or are we giving up 5 people?
5
5
people.
vampires.
So we've got to pick 5
Yeah, so the position
off
that
the list
the-
and take them to the hunters.
the position that Operation Antigen are in
no.
is that there's meant to be they're not finding all the people on the list that are supposed to be there.
Yeah. So we need to give them places and names or things so they can take these 5 people down.
Yeah,
we
I
didn't
think
necessarily bring them to 'em.
ideally they'd probably be
Have
after
to do the
Havens.
dirty work.
My,
'cause-
my, there you go.
If mortal hunters find you at your haven, you've got a problem because during the day you can't do anything to stop whatever they want to do. That sounds a lot more sinister. I mean, it's quite sinister, but like they could just drag you into the daylight, and that would be that.
So they're going to get themselves bloodstone tracked light.
It doesn't even need a bloodstone. Like if you know if for instance you knew where someone's haven was, you could just have them destroyed casually without anyone knowing about it.
Yeah.
So my own things, I have probably some quite deep concerns about giving up other vampires. I'm kind of thinking about the very long term here. If we work with the humans to give up vampires, we are absolute pariahs, and we will be hunted. We will be thing, and we'll not have stuff there. I have no interest in this deal.
No.
I think this will be a massive mistake.
No, I agree with you there. I don't think that we should be handing over details of other kindreds when it could very well backfire on us.
That's it. Just, I would say, assume that Lady Catherine's told them that he's going to meet this person in 2 days' time.
Now, would you want to tell them that, Lady Catherine?
I told him that I would think about it.
Yeah, but I just mean you telling us that that's what you're going to do. I meant.
Yeah, I think this
so
is
we know about it.
Yeah,
this is a good in for us to get what we need, though.
Yeah,
if we need
yeah.
to hunt people who are in charge of this operation.
Yep.
But well, that's at least one. There's one head.
So
right
I think we could turn this to our own advantage.
Yeah.
You need to go back and you need to tell him that the only name they need to worry about is Sucom.
That went over my head.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, suck on these nuts.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Okay.
So I've got one name I can give up.
Yeah, I put my own name down.
So you're just are you going to suggest Darius, Henry?
No, Darius loves Henry loves.
Henry
Darius.
loves Darius.
Oh, I used to until he stopped phoning back.
I mean, it might be Darius has got your dog. You never know.
I texted him and asked. Didn't reply.
You didn't text, did you? You asked Darius about the dog?
I did that when you weren't around.
Oh, right.
One morning when I woke up alone.
She's rolling for it.
I've been playing Words with Friends with him and he stopped playing.
This sounds like a good in to me for what we need.
Yeah, I agree. I think.
So we can look for the hunters with the bloodstone and go down that route.
We do that as well, but that gives us multiple options.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that we should not give up kindred details.
No, I think that, particularly with the Justicar in this, in London, I think it would be very bad news.
Is everybody in agreement with that?
Also, we need to find out names and places and things to get that on, and that then we're not been the best at kind of gathering information before, so that probably leads quite a good trail back to us if vampires investigate. So I think it'll be a real struggle to do that and get away clean.
Yeah.
Also, we've got other things we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Like we've got, we're still trying to find all these other things and decide what we do about Mithras. This feels like a side quest too far.
Yeah.
It does rather.
But and also when it comes to then there's no guarantee it, but I have some contacts in the ways and means that we may be able to get out of the city if needs be.
Just as another aside, it's just the guy that was bringing in to give her a performance review.
Yes.
Is there potential for getting rid of them, the princess way? How close are they to being
In terms of giving her
given the
name
P45?
hunters or with the Justica?
Just the guy, if they think the prince is doing a shit job. If we just elbow into that, maybe the prince goes, and then you don't have to go for any hunters.
You and Alice have not talked to the Justica yet.
But you told me you did.
Yes, but the Justica asked us of our opinions of the prince, and they also that's a way of getting in if you want to take it on. But remember, we are trying. Well, personally, I'm not bothered about these artifacts in terms of completing the ritual. But if you want to do it, then the prince is our way to get that.
Do we not?
Unless you can agree, get the Justica to give us that item.
Did anyone get the Justica's number?
We did not.
Email?
Sadly not.
I think they'd be interested to know some of the things that have happened recently, such as, being able to raid their warehouse and get all of those documents out of there. It's not looking good for the prince.
I don't think any of it's looking good for the prince, but my other concern is if things are getting a bit chaotic, a bit unknowns out there, if the prince gets taken out at this point in time, leaves a power vacuum. Who feels that? Does it mean just kind of brings in the kind of head honchos or more of the people to take out, or is it infighting here? Is there enough people left to fight? We just don't know. So
maybe
we make the situation once worse.
Maybe the Justica would be interested to know that we could fill that vacuum with a rightful prince.
Rightful prince being Mithras?
Yes.
I doubt he's rightful. In this situation, I don't think. I think he will make the situation we're in way worse. He won't. He won't.
Point,
I think he may have issues with the Masquerade, and if he comes back.
At this point, I step away from the conversation and just enter into a look of deep thought and allow the room to carry on around me.
The answer's 42.
What is the question?
What do you get when you multiply 6 by 9?
But it's 7.
No, in the book it's 9. That's the point.
Yeah,
the point is this is wrong.
Oh yes, it's wrong.
Yeah.
Alice, just to move things along a little bit, you obtain your mystical paraphernalia, and you also unfold a large map of London. You sit cross-legged on the floor in front of it. And what does your magic look like that indicates where on this map the bloodstone is?
Usually parts of the map will stand out more.
Okay. What you're seeing from this bloodstone is that West Silverton, so on the opposite side of the river from Greenwich, not far from where you first came out of Torpor, actually. Near the docks, not far from London City Airport. That's where we're talking. That's where it is. West Silverton.
So is that where we're saying the hunters are?
That's where the bloodstone is. Beyond that, you don't know. If
The
you're looking at a
bloodstone.
map, you can see that there were some old flour mills in that area. There's a lot of building happening as well because it's the Olympics later in the year. And stuff's happening in that general area to spruce it up a bit.
The Bloodstone is by the sugar factory.
And you might even remember that first night when you came out into the streets of London, modern London, for the first time, and you could taste that sweetness in the air. Suddenly seeing a sugar factory on the map makes sense.
That's where it is. The car is parked somewhere around there.
Okay. In terms of that map I got, or the points of information of houses and such like,
Yeah.
how does that tie in with that information?
It doesn't have everything that the list has. It has some things that the list doesn't have, and doesn't have some things that the list does have. The map was compiled just to give things perspective for everyone else. The map that Tommy has was compiled by other Nosferatu of like safe places and places where they knew were still available, given what was going on. They were trying to keep it up to date, given what's been going on, so that if people need to bolt and hide somewhere, they know where some of those safe places are. So some places had been owned by Kindred, and some of the places on the list are not on the map, and some of the places on the map are not on the list. And I can be more specific if you ask about specific places, but right now I don't have the capacity to make an entire map of London twice, with some bits missing.
It's more just what I wanted my characters to know that.
Okay. We'll be able to highlight that in the event that you need it, because you've looked at it already.
Yeah. And then if there's any my character thinks relevant, I'll let.
Yeah, and if it comes down to rolls, I'll either give you an easier difficulty or just give you it.
Yep.
Okay.
So where the car is that near where we came out of Torpor? Sorry,
it's the opposite words. It's the opposite side of the river, but it's very near there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it's that industrialized part of London that's been regenerated.
Okay, for you, the player, it's near London City Airport. Stroke Millennium Mills kind of area.
Yeah, that makes sense. We'd have context. We'd have context for where that was, knowing where like factories were and stuff from before we went into Torpor. Yeah, that makes sense.
What is your next move at this point?
I don't know. I mean, do we want to go and get the hunters?
So, yes.
Yes. I don't know whether it's worth letting. Can I just, above table, can I clarify? Did we get an agreement from Anne that we were allowed to take Gwendolyn out for like adventures?
I don't think you did, but you could try it. You could tell Gwendolyn she's off the list. She might check to confirm. That might check out, or it might not check out yet.
Oh, I just want to take her out for some hunting. Like she'd be so badass for like and fun for this bit. Like Tony's just like, let's go play. He just wants to take her out to play so bad. Like if we took her out and she wasn't on the red list, what's going to happen to her? I wasn't off the red list. What's going to happen to her? Death.
Well, it won't be death. Okay, so you've got the hunters to worry about. You've got the red list to worry about. If you haven't got the red list to worry about, and you can get her past the hunters, she's out in the open, but she's very, very old, and there might be some other dangers around. But like, she's also a massive danger to some people because old kindred are powerful, and she is powerful.
Yeah, that's why I just want to take her out to play. Really, Tony's just like, oh, I just want to take her out to play. She's boss.
You've also got Angelique, who's being very quiet, but she's just letting you talk this through, because I don't want to ignore that Angelique's there, because I may have, while you met the prince, forgotten that Angelique was there, because I should have had Angelique talk to the prince, but never mind. It wouldn't have been anything massively important. It would have just been fun.
We have the meeting in 2 weeks, 2 days, so we get that as a kind of eventual potential target. But we know where this car is. Now this may well be the HQ of the hunters. She could be bad, but we probably will at least want to go and have a look at that area and investigate and see what we can see on the much down low as we can, and see if we can see any movement, see if we can see any hunters we want to take out. But bear in mind, we're supposed to get the people responsible. So the 2D target is probably our best opportunity to at least get one. But again, if we cover, look, the problem I have is also during the day we're not any good. So we may need to get some of your coven or your assistant to help us with that.
Also, the other thing is that, I mean, surely these people work shifts. Like, they're going to be like a 24/7 operation, so stuff's going to be happening there all the time.
Could well be.
Yeah.
But I just also meant we will potentially have 2 days for the next thing, so maximising the information gathering in one day.
Absolutely.
Just to clarify the 2 days thing, Lady Catherine said in 2 nights, and this is night 1 of those 2. So you have this night, the next night, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we basically have tomorrow night.
Well, you have the night that you're
Yep.
just starting, and then tomorrow, the next night, you're meeting him.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know we're vampires, but we're not exactly combat trained. Only really one of us is good in combat.
You're
So if we
still
wanna
by
s-
default
Well,
better than most mortals.
Yeah.
So if we
and
want to send any of Alice's
also,
coven to do any
you-
scoping.
you all have good abilities that will assist the well in combat.
I'm just thinking maybe if we can use stealth
For
for capture of hunters. I have anesthesia.
but we're not.
If we can get one on their own.
Yeah, that might well be a way to do it, but we still need to find targets. Still need to find the where we're going. So we have tonight to try and get 2 hunters, which we don't know. There could be 2 random hunters. Is that going to be acceptable to the prince?
We have tonight to get a hunter. Or do we? I mean, the guy that's Lady Catherine's meeting up with is a hunter.
Well, as
There's one coming right to us.
Yes, that was the point we made earlier.
Or we could give, as made earlier, we could direct them somewhere which is a trap, and we can quite easily take 1 or 2 of them down there. Do we even need to look for the hunters? Do we look where the car is? Or do we just play the trap game? Do we spread our bets?
Well, I think what we'll do is we can talk a little bit more about this in between sessions on Discord, but I'm going to wrap things up there for this session, and then we will spring into action in the next one. You've already done your rouse checks for the night, so you've still got a good few hours of moonlight to burn. Is that okay with everyone?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I will find someone to raid. Do you want to do a popcorn to see who you were and who you were playing, please?
Okay.
Hello, I am Floss, and I was playing Alice Mockingdale. Over to you, Genek.
I'm Genek, and I was playing Tony Castelli. Over to Ghoul.
Hi, my name is Ghoul, and I was playing Lady Catherine. Over to Bintak.
Hi, I'm Bintak, and I was playing Tommy Smith. Over to Dyson.
Hi, I'm Dyson, and I was playing Henry. Dr. Henry to you.
And I'm Lavaita, and I was the storyteller. The next game on this channel will be the Black Madonna tomorrow. We've also got something else happening on Sunday, but we'll talk about that more tomorrow. If you want to see some more Vampire the Masquerade, I highly recommend the Transmissions, who have been playing a chronicle called Edinburgh by Night, unsurprisingly set in Edinburgh, but it's set in 2011 and is dealing with some of the same meta plot that we've been dealing with here. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time. I am going to raid Brotherhood of the Dice. Thank you very much for watching.